What's the verdict on cigarettes? Are they bad for real?
Okay. Nicotine, but here's what's crazy. Nicotine is neuroprotective. Nicotine is great for us. Not that everyone should take it, but it increases acetylcholine and dopamine and epinephrine, leads to heightened focus, improved memory, and can offset neurodegeneration and Parkinson's and Alzheimer's. Yes.
Okay. Can we basically have this blurb that says Professor Huberman says smoking cigarettes is good for you?
In this video, I'm going to share how you can experience peak performance during the day and restful sleep at night, and what the stimulant solution for a slow metabolizer of caffeine would be. So I might piss some people off in this video because this is not common advice, but I don't really care about common advice. I care that someone who is in this position gets the help they need to optimize their performance. This is for performance. I'm not saying do this all the time, but this is something that will have a powerful effect on the right person. I had a client recently who was having trouble sleeping. He was having about 300 to 400 milligrams of caffeine per day. And it's really not that much. Even adding theanine and different elements to reduce the anxiety and stress still wasn't allowing him to get restful sleep. And so what we started to do was reduce his caffeine intake and add in 1 milligram of nicotine from a lozenge. And what happened was really cool. He started to actually sleep through the night. He was able to focus better, and his energy was more stable. And you might think, okay, well, obviously, because he's using nicotine, but the reason why it worked isn't because it was another stimulant. It's because now he was able to actually eliminate the stimulant from his system before bed. So I want to explain to you something really important. Nicotine could be a better alternative for a slow metabolizer of caffeine for several reasons. Although both nicotine and caffeine are stimulants, the pharmacokinetics and biological effects of these substances differ significantly. In particular, the half-life of nicotine is shorter, which can be beneficial for individuals who struggle with prolonged effects of caffeine. Here are a few points to consider. 1, shorter half-life. Nicotine has a shorter half-life by approximately 2 hours compared to caffeine, which has an average half-life of 5 hours, but it might range from 1.5 to 9.5 hours for a slow metabolizer of caffeine. The effects may persist longer, which could disrupt sleep patterns. Nicotine with its shorter half-life will likely be metabolized and cleared from the body more quickly. 2, more predictable metabolism. The metabolism of nicotine is more consistent across individuals than caffeine, which exhibits a wider range of half-life values. As a result, the effects of nicotine are more likely to be predictable. 3, different mechanisms of action. While both substances act as stimulants, they interact with different receptors in the body. Caffeine primarily blocks adenosine receptors, which promotes wakefulness, while nicotine activates nicotinic acetylcholine receptors. This difference in action could result in a more manageable stimulant effect for slow metabolizers of caffeine once again. Number 4, easier to titrate dosage. Nicotine is available in various forms, such as gums, patches, and lozenges, which allow users to more easily control the dose and timing of administration. So this allows them to use like 1 milligram, which is a very small dose, at the right times, instead of caffeine if needed. I want to obviously make it clear that I'm not having people addicted to nicotine, but the truth is, if you use it appropriately in the right amounts, sparingly, it could improve someone's sleep without affecting their performance so they can still focus and get stuff done. And obviously, it's highly addictive, just like any stimulant, and you shouldn't use it if you have an addictive personality and you don't have self-control. This is only for somebody who's trying to optimize with the details and can use it sparingly. So I share this with you guys because I think it's really important to think critically about your clients. And whenever I help people, I always think of what are all the possible solutions I can use to help them improve without asking them to do things that are really not sustainable. Because most of the time, being a good coach means meeting people where they're at. So I'm really curious, what are your thoughts? Maybe half people on here will hate me, and then other people understand. But I say this because it's very important to think critically so that you can serve people at a high level. Anyway, hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you soon.